Very excited to talk to you today. This movie has so much I didn't know of a story that most people think they've seen many sides of. So, can you tell us a little bit about, having the story, creating it, learning about it, like wanting to be a part of it, and I guess star in it too? There's so much you're involved in this story now.
Yeah, so I knew I wanted to do a spy drama, and I knew I wanted to kind of get into the nitty gritty of being a female spy. And I researched these women in Churchill's Secret Army, Virginia Hall, Nora Nayat Khan, and Vera Atkins, who have won just about every award you can imagine for their bravery, but no one's made a movie on them. So I got access to their spy files, spoke to family, living relatives, etc., and put together this kind of hidden figures of the spy world drama.
And when you were looking at, casting the other ladies, what were you looking for in your cast, I guess?
Yeah, so it was very important to me that we had a real international cast because this movie takes place internationally. We had a wonderful casting director, Heidi Levitt, who helped us put together the cast. But my first choice was actually Radhika for Noor. She's this amazing Indian actress who I'd seen in an indie film called Parched Here and had never done an American film. This is her American film debut. And she said yes, which was just thrilling. And then the rest of the cast just really came together, Linus Roach, Rossif Sutherland, Stana Katic. We have a great ensemble and I love it.
And to do a period piece right, you always assume that there is a treasure trove somewhere of all the things that you need to make this kind of thing. But there's a little bit of searching to get it correct, to get it right. I mean, even when you're trying to exact something to a period, there are differences within years too, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, but I mean, what's available during that time too, when it comes to, during the war as well.
Absolutely. I mean, making of an indie World War II film is always interesting, but we had just a wonderful team that came together on this film.
That's awesome. And can you tell us a little bit about your character actually too?
Yeah, so I played Virginia Hall, who was an American spy for the British and ultimately became the spy the Nazis dubbed the most dangerous of all Allied spies, and the first woman to work for the CIA after the war. She was this incredible, fierce, determined organizer, and she organized the resistance in Lyon.
And there was some particulars about her too, because she wasn't just somebody who I guess just kind of fell into it. It's someone she wanted to make a difference, right, too, and she saw the pain in people, and that's something that kind of comes across in the film too, I think.
Absolutely. So she grew up. She was born in Maryland. Her father took her traveling. She traveled the world. She loved Europe. She loved France. She loved people. And she ultimately wanted to be a diplomat, but the US said no because she was a woman and because she had a disability. She had a wooden leg. She shot her foot off in a hunting accident in Turkey in her 20s, and she almost died. And that made her more determined than ever to say, why am I here? How can I make a difference? And ultimately spy for the British.
And what was the most surprising thing when you were going through the story and you were trying to figure out not only the characters, but, the angles and the people, the views you wanted as well? What was the most surprising part of the story for you, you think?
I think what was surprising and also inspiring in doing the research is that these were women and even men, in the case of Rossif and Linus's characters, who all came from completely different backgrounds, different religions, different nationalities, as different as you could be. And yet they came together in this moment of crisis and united to resist this larger evil, which I think is a timely message and also just really inspiring.
Well, I can tell you that it's a very interesting story, and I actually really enjoyed it. I was following along, hoping for it's one of those things where you know where everything's going to go, but you don't necessarily know the intricacies of where things are going to go too. So the heroism of these ladies was amazing, but also the issue with women and being I guess trustworthy, or something like even if they were different religions and different things. Even in England, it was I was very surprised by how much differences and how much issues they had to go through just to help and to make a difference in their own.
Absolutely. I mean, these women overcame many challenges. Noor was a pacifist. Vera, the character played by Stana Katic, she was Jewish and had to hide it because of anti-Semitism in London at the time, even within the spy agency she worked for. And Virginia Hall, obviously, her disability. So these women were quote unquote underdogs, quote unquote ordinary citizens, and they ultimately became extraordinary heroes. And it just goes to the power of the individual. Individuals can make a difference.
That's fantastic. Well, one thing I ask whenever I come to somebody who is a creator, director, part of it, what was one moment on the shoot where everything just went perfect? Like you still smile about how it went so good, and you're like, this is going to be awesome. This is it. This makes it. This is the the gold part at the end of the rainbow. We're good to go. Like, what was that moment for you?
That moment for me, we shot inside the home of the family that inspired the Philadelphia story. It's an estate called Odrosson Estate, and we were shooting these training sequences, and the place was fully furnished with period furniture and everything. And because doing an independent World War II film is very daunting budget-wise, and it was just this moment of, wow, like this is coming together. It looks real, and it was exciting.
Very cool. Well, I want to thank you very much. This was an intriguing tale and very, very fun to watch. So I hope you had as much fun making it as it was to watch it and enjoy it too. So.
Yeah.